right, so I want to go over some of the stuff from 919 here. All right, see how much of it I get through for. I feel like it's too long of a video. R is 3/4. That was on the instructions for today. All right, so K, we have 2 2/3 divided by 1 3/5. All right, first step, we need to make these mixed numbers improper fractions. 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 is 8/3. All right, we'll leave this division for just a moment. Okay, then that's going to be 8/5. Now on this step, we need to put our keep change flip. All right, so we have 8/3 times 5/8. Keep the 8/3, change the multiplication, flip to 5/8. 8 and 8 become 1 and 1. So we have 5/3. 3 goes into 5 one time. So we have 1 2/3. So 1 2/3 for K. So I see that one right here. And that's all I see for now. All right, so that's 1 2/3 right there. Oops. Why did I write 1 and 1/2? I do not know. All right. Doesn't really matter which order we go in. Let's go to S now. So 2 1/4 divided by 5 2/5. 2 1/4 and 5 2/5. So S, 2 1/4 divided by 5 2/5. All right, so again, same as last time, we need to make these improper fractions first. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9/4, and 2 1/4. And then 5 times 5 is 25, plus 2 is 27/5. Okay, now next step, we keep change flip. We keep 9/4. We change to multiplication. And then we flip or find the reciprocal of the third one, the second fraction. We'll make this one 5/27. All right, now you can multiply straight across, or you can simplify before you multiply, which I like to do. All right, so 9 divided by 9 is 1. You gotta find another one to do the same thing by. 27 divided by 9 is 3. Now we go across, top times top. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 5/12. No reducing there. So then for letter S, we have 5/12. So let's see here. 5/12, 5/12, S. And 5/12, 5/12, 5/12. All right, I think that's all I see there. All right, I 7/12 divided by 2 5/8. Okay. I 7/12 divided by 2 5/8. All right. So let's move this guy over a little bit here. All right, so first thing, make them improper fractions. This one's good. So we're going to write 7/12 here. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 5 is 21/8. Next step, we keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and then flip the second one to 8/21. All right, now we got some simplifying to do here. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Then going the other direction, 8 divided by 4 is 2. And 12 divided by 4, there's the same thing I'm dividing by, is 3. Now you multiply across. 1 times 2 is 2. And 3 times 3 is 9. We have 2/9 for I. 2/9. All right, so I here. And I here. And That's all I see so far. All right, next one, 7 4/5 divided by 1 3/10. All right, so 7 4/5. So we're on T. 7 4/5 divided by 1 3/10. Okay, so 7 times 5 is 35 plus 4 is 39 over 5. Then 1 times 10 is 10 plus 3 is 13 over 10. Now we're ready to keep change flip, keep the first fraction. So keep 39/5. We change division to multiplication. And then we flip or take the reciprocal of the second fraction. All right, now, hopefully you recognize this one from the other day. 13 does go into 39. So, therefore, you can go ahead and reduce this guy. All right, and then we have 5 is a factor of 10. So we have 3 times 2 is 6 on the top and just a 1 on the bottom. So our answer is 6. So T is 6. All right, T. And there's a T right here. And I think that's it. All right, let's do one more on this video. All right. This one's going to take me a while to go over, so I might split it into 3 videos just so it's not so big and long. All right, 3 boys and 2 girls in the Crunch family. Mr. Crunch bought 3.5 pounds of candy divided equally among them. So you need to make sure you're dividing the candy, not the children. That would be really bad. We don't want to divide children. We want to divide candy. Okay, so there's 3.5 pounds of candy divided by 5. Okay, so now we're going to take this. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7 halves divided by 5 over 1. Then we keep change flip. So 7 halves. All right. 7 halves times 1 over 5. So that's going to give us 7/10 of a pound that each of them get. 7/10 of a pound. All right. So for letter G, 7/10. There's 7/10 there. And a 7/10 there. And that is it. All right. So we've got through 5 of those. Let's do maybe one more. All right. So E, 4.5 divided by 1 5/7. 4.5. So we have 4.5 and 1 5/7. All right. 4 and 1/2 divided by 1 5/7. Okay. So I'm going to go back. Oops. Let's see, 4.5, 1 5/7. Yeah, you always want to check yourself there. All right, so 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2. 1 times 7 is 7 plus 5 is 12/7. I have to make those improper. Now we're ready to keep change flip. Keep the first fraction, 9 over 2. Change division to multiplication. And then flip or find the reciprocal of the second one. Okay. So the only thing we can do with this one is divide this by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you multiply across. 3 times 7 is 21. 2 times 4 is 8. All right, so 8 goes into 21. All right, 8 into 21. 8 times 2 is 16. With a remainder of 5. So we read this guy like this. We go 2 5/8. All right, 2 5/8. All right, so for letter E, we have 2 5/8. And E's a pretty common letter, so we would expect to find it up here a couple of times. There's an E. And I think that's it. That's crazy. All right, so I'm going to stop this video here. All right, and I'm going to make another one where I do the rest of the problems. Oh, I found another E. All right, so second video, we'll finish the rest of the problems.